Hello friends, this is Nitish, founder of StockMock. Today in this video we are going to talk about the new feature that we have released, which is stop loss based upon the spot movement. So up till now what we had is, as you know, that this is a stop loss per leg condition. We used to have only two buttons here, which is stop loss percentage and stop loss points. And you might already know that these were dependent upon the premium values of it. It means if we would have sold 100 rupees of put and added 10% of stop loss, it would mean that your stop loss now would be 110 rupees. If you would have added 20% stop loss and your sold put was 100 rupees, it means your stop loss would be 120 rupees. So stop loss percentage and stop loss points were dependent upon what premium you have sold for that particular leg. Okay. So and recently we have got some requests saying that they want to backtest the stop loss based upon the spot movement as well. It means what they wanted to do is, when they entered the strategy, they would note down the spot price and then they will see that how the spot is moving, and then for that condition they will add the stop loss for that leg. So just to give you an example here, these are the two options we have added: spot points and spot percentage. Spot points means 20 points. Let's say we have added, it means that when you entered the strategy, so here you have entered at 9:30, assume that your spot price was 14,000 at 9:30. Okay, now you are saying that if the spot moves 20 points against your direction, then you will cut this leg. Okay, I will repeat. Let's say at 9:30 your spot price was 14,000 rupees, 14,000, and you are saying that if the spot moves 20 points against your direction, against means because this is a stop loss, you want to stop this position if it's going in loss. Okay, so it means if that moves 20 points against your direction, so it would, now you have sold the put. Okay, so when you are selling the put, you are expecting market to go up, so you're not expecting market to go down, which is against your direction. So when you sell the put, it means if market goes down, that is against your direction. Okay, so if 14,000 was the entry price and you have added the condition 20 points, it means if market goes 13,000, 14,000 minus 20, which means 13,980, then this leg would cut off the position. Same goes with this one. So if you add this condition of 20 points, it means you are saying that if market goes 20 points against your direction, against means since you have sold the call, you're expecting market to go down, okay, or be sideways. You're not expecting it to go up. So if the market goes up, it means it's against your direction. So what you are saying here is, if the market goes 20 points above, which is 14,000 plus 20, it goes to 14,020, then you will cut this position. It is very simple. Spot point this here and here. Okay, now let's understand this thing, that stop loss percentage and stop loss points were fully dependent upon what premium did we sell here. That's why it mattered a lot that if we are doing a straddle or if we are doing a strangle, inverted strangle or normal strangle. But here what we are saying is, we will cut this position based upon the spot movement. That means it is not dependent upon what premium are we selling here. And that is the beauty of this particular feature that we have launched. I will explain you in detail. Okay. So I hope this thing is clear, and obviously with this thing you can use all other features. Right now we have not given trailing with it because we may give that in near future. So with spot point you cannot use the trailing. If you click on it, we tell you this only works with SL percentage and SL points, but other than this you can use all other features. So if you want to use move SL to cost feature, you can use it. If you want to use square of all legs, which is like in our beta testing, many people have used this feature. in various ways. I'll also explain you that. Okay, like I'll simply tell you. So for example, what people were doing, they said that if the markets moved, they kept a higher number, saying that if the market moves 80 points when you entered in any direction, then they will square off all the legs. It means not just that particular leg, they will square off all this entire strategy. I hope this is clear. Okay, so let's talk about SL percentage. SL percentage is also very simple, just like this. So let's say we are saying that spot percentage is 0.5. Now, since we are doing a back testing from 2019, and we know that the spot prices were around 10,000 in 2019, it went down to 8,000 as well, 7,000, and now it's around 14,000. So obviously, some people prefer that we should not give the spot in terms of points, but let's say we should give it in terms of percentage, okay, so that it caters all the aspects. So that's why we have given this feature spot percentage. Now, what do we mean by 0.5%? So let's say your spot is 14,000 and you are saying 0.5% of 14,000. It means you are saying 70 points. If the spot was 14,000 at the time of your entry of your strategy, which is 9:30 here, you are saying that 70 points would be this. If the spot were 13,000, it would be 65 points. If it were 12,000, it would be 60 points. So you're giving percentage based upon what was your spot price at that time. I hope this is very clear, and this is quite simple as well. You're just adding the stop loss based upon the spot movement against your direction. Okay, so let's try to test this thing with some scenarios, and I'll explain you side by side as well that how people have backtested it in our beta phase. Let's say, okay, so let's say we are doing let's say some another example. Let's say we enter at 10:30, we exit at 3:10, for example. Okay, we are doing Nifty. Let's start with straddle. Okay, ATM call, ATM put, and let's say we enter the 60 points movement here. So if we understand this thing properly, what we are saying is we will do the straddle at 10:30. Okay, and what we are saying, if the spot price moves against 60 points against your direction when you entered, so whatever price of spot was at 10:30, okay, if that goes down by 60 point, I will cut this leg. If that goes up by 60 points, I will cut this leg. Okay, it's as simple. So let's see, let's try to back test it. Let's see what are the results, and we will evaluate that. Okay, so we can see here, these are the results. I've just done the random entry. You can obviously try, because in beta testing, people have found really good strategies with this thing. So you can see max drawdown is 21,000. I prefer the drawdown to be under 14-15%. So 1.5 lakhs. So if you are doing 1.5 lakhs, then 0.14% is, yeah, 21,000. So it's like near to that. This has some strategy, but okay, let me explain you this thing. What do we mean by that? 60 points, this thing. Okay, so let's go to one of the results here. I'm talking about 15 February 2019. So here it is. So spot change means this was a spot at your entry time, which means at 9:30, and this spot is at your exit time, which was at 3:10. Okay, so what do we mean by that? So entry time, your spot price was 10,692.65. Okay, so let's say this, and we have said that, and we can see over here that your put stop loss got triggered at 12:16. Now, what do we mean by that? We said that if the market moves 60 point against your direction for the put, okay, it means 60 points less. So at 12:16, definitely the spot would have reached this value, 10,632.15. That is why at 12:16, this we calculated the option price and we saw that, okay, this is triggered, so let's exit this strategy. For call, we said that if it moves against your direction, 10,752.15. Okay, so but call stop loss didn't trigger. It means spot price actually never went from 10,692 to 10,752.15. Any time between your entry time and exit time. That is why call stop loss was never triggered. Okay, so let's talk about another date. I hope this is clear. This is quite simple actually. 20th February 2019. So we say that the entry spot was this thing, 10,000, this thing, and since call stop loss got triggered, it means at 3:09, which is like just 1 minute before our exit time, actually the spot moved from this point 60 points away, which is 10,734. Therefore, the call stop loss got triggered. And the put never triggered, it means the market never went 60 points below this point. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. This is clear how we are doing the calculation at our end. What is the exact meaning of this thing? And obviously all other things are same, like 67%, it's good. Banks drawdown, I would rather prefer it to be under 20. Let's see what is causing this issue. Like why it's 21,000. If we remove Monday, yeah, so Monday was one of the issues. It could be said that. Let's talk about Fridays. Fridays, not that bad. So that's how it is. You can calculate many things. You can use the filters a lot, or you can do so many things. Yeah, the best part I was about to tell you. So as you can see, on 15th February 2019, now listen to this very carefully. On 15th February 2019, we said that at 10:30 the price was this. Okay, and we are saying that at 12:16 the put stop loss got triggered at 12:16. Now, as I told you, this 12:16 would have been triggered because of spot movement, and it has actually nothing to do with if we have sold the ATM put or ATM plus 50 put or whatever it is. Because if the spot moves 60 points below, we would just cut this position. It's as simple as that. So it means, just to show it to you, that this spot movement, if you are using this condition, then this becomes your range of more testing of the scenarios. So rather than, let's say, if I'm not doing ATM call, ATM put, and as I've told you, 12:16 was the was when the leg got stop loss got hit at 15th February. So let's try to do something else. Let's try to do strangle. ATM minus put, ATM plus 50 cool, and let's see if it actually improves the results or not. So last time we did was simple straddle. Here we did something else. The drawdown improved, but the average day profit got reduced, but that's fine. But I wanted to show it to you something else. You remember in 15th February, we showed that at 12:16, our stop loss got triggered. So here also it's the same thing, because we have not changed our entry time. Entry time was still 10:30. Spot was still 10,692, and spot moved to this thing. As I told you, it has nothing to do with the what strikes you are actually choosing. That's the fun part, and you can really play around with it a lot. So just like I did with ATM call, ATM put, you can also test with, let's say, inverted strangle. This is one of the famous things in stock market. Inverted strangle, if somebody don't know, it means ITM strangle. You're doing plus 50 put and minus 50 call. So let's test it with this thing. So whomsoever we have given this beta testing, some of our users have actually tested in this way only. They fixed the spot points and then they started changing, doing with three strategies like straddle, strangle, and this thing. So you see this inverted strangle actually improved a little, but drawdown is also increased. That's fine. And I'll just demonstrate to you again. 15th February 2019. 12:16 the stop loss got triggered, because it has nothing to do with if I'm doing ATM or ATM plus 50. It has just to do with this thing, spot value entry time. Okay, so let's try to, okay, let me try to do some more testing with you guys directly. So what we have done is 10:30 we have backtested three scenarios, ATM, which is straddle, strangle, and inverted strangle. Let's do the spot movement of 70 points, let's say. So what do we mean this simple inverted strangle with 70 point stop loss? Let's see how it triggers. What does it trigger? and in this we will also try to see it's 604 rupees only. 21,000 drawdown is under control. RR ratio is close to 1. RR ratio means risk reward ratio. Risk is 1800, reward is 1700 per day. So risk reward, if the risk reward is close to 1 and less than 1, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. This is also not bad. Okay. So let's try to filter some days. Let's see if when it's actually causing some issues. Let's say we do Monday and Friday. This is fine. Okay. So let's try to do something else. So if this is inverted strangle, I'll do, let's say, normal straddle. Normal straddle with 70 points movement with this thing. Earlier we backtested what? Spot 60 points, and now we are backtesting for spot 70 points. So this is 634 rupees, and the drawdown has actually improved a lot. RR ratio has actually gone above 1, which is earlier it was 50. Like RR ratio, if you guys are still confused, it means loss divided by 1755. So it is less than 1. Okay. So this is quite good. One losing month, that's fine. And we can do so many things here, like we can practice for strangle as well. So this is the spot which I have told you. By the way, just to demonstrate, we can also use square of all legs. It means if as soon as one leg stop loss is triggered, either put or call or whatever, okay, it will square off the entire strategy. So let's see if it helps. We are doing ATM straddle with we're doing ATM straddle with 70 point stop loss and square of all legs. So square of all didn't help here, but it might help in other scenarios. Okay, so you can see the results. You can change the timings as well. Let's try to change the timing. 45. Let's do square of one leg only. Spot 0.70. Let's backtest it. So now what I've done is I've not entered at 12:30. I've actually entered at 10:45. Oh, 10:45 results improved a lot. So 747 is this thing. Drawdown is under 20,000, which is very good. No losing months as of now. Obviously, brokerages in this thing would be added. There would be some loss-making months, but that's fine. Okay, so you can backtest so many things here. So many things here with this thing. You can backtest for, let's say, I'm doing for straddle. You can do that for inverted strangle as well. So let's talk about spot percentage as of now. So let's backtest just to demonstrate to you. Let's backtest 0.4%. I'll also explain to you in the results that what do we mean by 0.4%. So let's backtest for 0.4%. Other parameters I've kept it same just for the sake of explaining to you guys. So here it is 695 rupees. MTD is under 15,000, which is very cool. Under 10,000 is other much better. Okay, so I'll explain what do we mean by 0.4%. So since both the leg stop loss is figured here, it is much better to understand here. So at 10:45, our spot price was 10,685. Okay. So 0.4% means 42.74 points. It means market has actually gone 42.7 points below at 11:14. Okay, from this price. Therefore, at 11:14, this stop loss got triggered, and at 2:31, market is actually gone from this point 42.7 points above. Therefore, the call stop loss is triggered at 2:30. If you go below here, the market has actually been sideways and has never gone below or above it. Therefore, no stop loss is triggered. Obviously, we show enough of details, and that's you guys can really test it out the way you want to test it, and this will be fine. So 0.4%. We have not done a single test for move SL to cost is something you can do and see if it's helping you. So let me just demonstrate. Move SL to cost means if one side stop loss is triggered, then you will move the other side to cost to cost. So if you have not watched that, my video of move SL to cost, you can watch that. It's also a very cool feature. So if we use that, obviously the drawdown is improved drastically from 15,000 to 11,500. By the way, this is the first parameter. If you guys are really wondering, this is the first parameter I look for. What is the maximum drawdown? And then RR ratio is improved a lot. Average ratio is fine. 632, it can be more than that. Some losing months, that's fine. Okay. Since we have not backtested for BankNifty once, so I would want to demonstrate to you BankNifty as well. Let's do BankNifty for 0.4%. Let's try to do it. Let's see what happens when we do for BankNifty 0.4%. It's again, the logic remains the same. Whatever the spot price at 1045, 0.4% we can calculate, and that will be the result. So 594 rupees, that's fine. Okay, not good. Okay, so this is your spot price, and we will calculate 0.54% for that, and that would have triggered this thing. Okay. We could have done, let's try to do inverted strangle. Let's see what are the results here. By the way, when we have given this to beta tester for 2 days, they have actually come up with so many scenarios. So for example, one of the guys, see, inverted strangle was really helpful. So it has increased the result. That's why I say this spot has this clear edge that you can actually get the chance to see. You can do ATM as well, ATM plus 50 as well, ATM minus 50. That's up to you. Want to do straddle, strangle, or anything else. So since I will not do partiality with Nifty by only testing percentage, let's do some normal 150 points movement here for Bank Nifty. Okay, let's see if it helps. By the way, I was telling that one of our beta testers, beta users, what he did is he entered actually after 12 o'clock saying that I'm expecting market to not move much. Oh, this result actually is not bad. 20,831, RR ratio is close to 1. That's fine. Yeah. So you can do actually so many things here. And like in beta testing, what people did is they entered little late. So after 12:30 they entered and they said that now I'm expecting market to not move much, and if it's moving, it's actually predicting its direction. So they backtested it like this for 2 hours thing. So for example, at 12:45 they enter, they are doing a 2 hour strategy. For example, this normal 12:45 to this thing, they're saying I'm doing assumingly I'm doing, it's 50 points. So after 12:45, I'm saying that spot movement, if it's going in a single direction, it will not rather reverse much for many of the days. Those are the things they are doing. Average day profit 395, 70%. So they're doing actually so many things, and just let me know your feedback once you guys backtest it. Okay. So that's it. Thank you so much. Happy backtesting, and please take good care of yourself in this pandemic time. Bye bye.